Hello there, listeners. Welcome to the middle of your year. Yes, here we are in the month of June, walking, it seems, through time to a timelessness of being. This is Meghan Don, your host for Soulful Thoughts from New Zealand. Today, I want to take you on a journey that I recently walked with another. It was here in Waihi Beach, New Zealand, where I live, and she had come to undertake a 3-day private retreat. Such a beautiful gift to give yourself. Prior to the retreat, we were considering a sacred excursion to the beach cliff portal and the wahine, the women's place of song, the magical blowhole that I wrote about in my blog for New Year's Day. However, when the retreat time came, another place closer by kept coming to my mind. When the time was right, we set off. But arriving at the cliff spot, there was a large group of people holding a sacred karero. In the Maori language, that means holding a conversation or meeting. So now what was I going to do? So there was another bay that I had also been considering to take her to, but still, no, that didn't feel the place to go. So I knew there was another path up to the left of where we were, but I hadn't explored this, so I had no idea where I would be taking her or what we would find. So my hopes also were not that great, as the path was tar-sealed, like a shopping mall car park. So, which clearly means it's easily accessible, a lot of foot traffic, and probably not much in the line of sacred. But the pull was strong to go that way. So off I boldly strode, leading the way to who knows where. As the path ended and grass took over, we came upon what I immediately recognized as a grandmother tree. She was standing in all of her glory, with her magnificent branches spread in all directions. It was like looking at the cosmic tree of life. And it was one of our dearly treasured Pohutakawa trees, the tree who is our companion of birth and death, the tree who gives strength and wisdom, and nurturance in challenging and changing times. There was such resonance and connection for the woman on retreat to this tree, and for me also. We stayed a long while. Then we were taken up the hill a little way, where we were overawed by the view. To our left was a gently curved bay of calm waters. To our right, the waves and the rhythm of the open ocean. These two juxtaposition, it was just quite remarkable to see them. And then in front of us, there was a thick vegetation and an estuary. And behind us, an inlet where all of these waters met. It was powerful and mystical, especially as we watched the mist roll in off the ocean waters and then proceed up the estuary before us. There were patches of blue sky with clouds swirling. There was sunlight dancing on the waters. We seemed to experience all of the elemental wonders in full display. Something very powerful was speaking to us. And here, let me remind you, I had absolutely no idea that the mystical views or the grandmother tree was up that tar-sealed pathway. I am sure glad I followed the inner prompting and not the rational mind, who would have surely talked me out of following that way. How many times have we all experienced that? So in time we gently made our way back down the track, and reaching the bottom, I noticed a set of stairs going down to what looked like a bay. Interestingly, that we had walked right by that place and neither of us had seen those stairs. So, and here we are again. I had no idea what was down those stairs, but led the way anyway. As we descended, we were both in awe. It was as if we were entering some magical land. The cliff faces were filled with Pohutakawa roots, climbing down and growing from these cliffs in the most extraordinary formations. Large rocks of an unknown substance, looking almost moon-like in their appearance, were perched together in all manner of ways. We were definitely inhabiting another landscape out of the ordinary. And all the while, the Pohutakawa roots were twisting and curling, reaching and twining around anything that was willing to support them. That is one of the gifts of the Pohutakawa. They are able to root in anywhere, sand, rock, silt, and still keep on growing in whatever direction their environment will allow them and support them to do. So a pretty good lesson for us as we are maybe put in different places, asked to go different directions. Can we root in and then grow in the direction that we've been given? So we moved from tree to tree, root to rock, simply basking at the wonder of it all. Or more accurately, we were oohing and ahhing with every new sight. Our final descent brought us down to a small bay, and as we explored this, we came across a large cave. We entered, and it was dark, with a few glints of light coming through. We leaned against the walls of the cave, and then the energy began. We were in the womb of Gaia, in the womb of Sophia, of Papatuanuku, of Mother Earth. She enfolded us in her powerful inner chamber. She enfolded us in her dark wisdom. And quite frankly, the power was so great, it felt like the very cauldron of my soul was being stirred. And we could both feel her pouring herself into us. After a while, the cave began to fill with light. Quite miraculously so, it just started to light up. And with that, the energy changed. And correspondingly, everything felt light and free, and my body did a little dance. It felt like a celebration. She, Gaia Sophia, had completed her soul work with us in the dark and was now opening us to something other. When we went outside the cave, it felt as if everything was new, as if we were walking out into the world for the first time. I remember having the same feeling after emerging from the Qatar caves in southern France. We were born from the Great Mother's womb into the magic of life. Our job is to remember this, to remember this birthing into the magic of life every morning when we wake. That we have been in that Great Mother's womb in the dark of night, and that in the morning we are being born anew into the magic of our own lives. As we began our ascent up the stairs, I deliberated whether I should confide to the woman I was guiding that in fact I had no idea that the grandmother tree, the mystical view, the magical tree roots and cliffs, or the cave even existed. That where we had just been blessed so deeply was in fact me walking into the unknown and trusting. I decided to tell her. What a valuable lesson for us all to be reminded of. She found it to be both amazing and amusing. You know, that kind of cosmic amazing. I feel ever grateful when the Mother reveals herself in all of her forms and ways, through these sacred places that she just opens and shows. You know, I have to say that I've walked past those stairs numerous times and never seen them before that day. So it says to me, if we just trust and follow, and even when the path is not where we would normally walk, like that tar-sealed pathway, just trust and follow. We are in liminal times, with the old breaking down and the new slowly forming, and yet still unformed. I pray for each one of us that we will open to the roots of our earthly and heavenly being and allow ourselves to be taken into the unknown willingly, lovingly, and knowing that we will be embraced in the Mother's womb, knowing that we will be born anew into the real magic of what it means to be alive. What it means to be alive, relating to our sacred environment in awe and wonder, in communion, in togetherness. So for those of you who may want to experience these sacred adventures on the land, please see my website, meghan.life. You will find 8-night pilgrimages to New Zealand and also an 8-night pilgrimage to Ireland. And if you are local here in New Zealand, you too can experience a 3-day private retreat. What a gift these journeys are. Our soul recognizes the sacred, both in the outer environment and within. I look forward to guiding you on these sacred isles, both New Zealand and Ireland, to take you deeper into your own soul and body. Have a beautiful month of June. May magic visit you often. Until next month, Aroha Nui.